Okay, so we are going to learn about test class. So let me just write the name of the class. We'll get the first main class, and then we'll see the test class name. So what we are going to cover today. So in test class, generally we have test.start test. Okay, we have test.stop test. We have start test, test.start test, test.stop test. So we have two things. One is we have test setup. Second is third is we have assert equal. Fourth is we have system.run as. Fourth is parallel true. One is C data is equal to true. So all these things we are going to cover in this session. Okay, so let me just create one of the new test class here. We can say it's Apex DML controller. So in this class, so let me just create one of the constructor here, public, and parallel let me just create one of the method here, public void DML and data, something like this. Inside this, what I'm going to do here, account ACC is equal to new account new account ACC dot name is equal to, we can say it's a test, and parallelly it's we can say insert ACC. Okay, and so let me do one thing. Let me just write the one boolean b some parameters. If b is equal to true, what will I do here? So then it will be executed. If it is false, then it will not be executed. Okay, so that is our class and controller. So inside this, I can say if I'm putting some string here, let's say I'm declaring as a global string here, public string str and in this str, so let me just store some of the value here. So let's say if str is not equal to null, or let's say str equal to Rahul from Canada, something like this. Rahul will also be happy. Okay, so something like this we are doing here. And parallelly, what I need to do here, I need to just write a test class and for this controller. So let me create a test class. So you know the naming convention of this main class underscore test, it should be like this only. And so it should be first, it should be at the rate test. I should be small, we should be capital. Okay, so now let me just write the static void test data test DML data, something like this. So we should, naming convention should also be correct in case of test method. So so let me just write, and before this, so we'll write at the test, because these are test methods, so we can use the test method, or else it's a latest way, it's at the test, so we can use like this. So parallelly let me just declare this one, a is equal to new, we are just calling the class name. Okay, just calling the class name now. So let's check what is covering, what is not covering. Method we haven't called now. Okay, so how many ways we can run the test class actually? So if I'll go to classic side, if I'm writing here, if in lightning side as well, if I write it test execution, like Apex test execution. So in this one, so I'll be able to see the test class. If I'll run the test class, so I also can run the test class from there as well. So let me just copy the test class here. If I click on the selected test, so and I'll be check here. So Apex DML controller is there. If I'll click on run button, so I can run this test class here. Okay, I'll be able to see the what is the response for there. What's the method name is test DML data. Okay, test DML data. This is my method name. If I'll create some more methods, so it will be show like this. It is passed now. If it was failed, then it was failed. So how can I check the coverage parallelly and the code coverage? So I have two ways. One is I'll go from test, this tab. I'll go from there. So I'll double click on this. I'll check like this. So suppose if you have like a big class, it is very simple class. But if you have big class and you want to check which portion is red, which portion is blue. So in case you made some changes in the test class, and let's say you are giving one space and you are saving the record things, and you want to check, then it will automatically be disappear. It is disappear now because you are saved the test class. If you will make some changes in this main class as well, you will save the class, then all the changes will also be disappear, means red, blue, something like this. You will not be able to understand which portion is covered, which portion is not covered. Okay, so now to do these things, so to see these things, so what can we do here? So let me just copy the name of this class. Let me just find out the class from here. So this is my class, and let me just check the coverage and all. So it is 0% now. It is showing 0%. You know, it is showing 0%. So now total. So in this case, what we will do here, so I can run the test class from here. Apart from this, so we have test run test button. If I'll click on run test button, so it is also clear now. So let me refresh this page. So now it is showing, yeah, this portion is covered, but this portion is not covered. This portion is not covered because we have not called any of the method DML data. So we have to call this one as well. So let me just call in different ways. We'll try to make this class longer. So a dot class like DML data, and let me make it false. It should be true actually, but let me make it false. Sorry, let me make it false, and we'll check what it is doing. And we'll not run that class from, yeah, we also can run the class from here, there, where, anywhere. So we'll check the status. It's run. So it is showing 14 to 42% because this portion is also covered. Now it is saying B is not true. B is not true. Okay, so we'll check, like we'll make it true. Okay, now it is not true. If you will make it true, then this portion will go to this line. Right, so let me just run this one. Let me just refresh. 57%. This one is also covered, but now it is not covering. You know why? Tell me why it is not covering.
Because you are inserting account, right? So account too.
So if I insert account, will it be resolved?
No, you need to create a memory and create a new like input the data, right?
So let's say I am creating like this. Will it work now?
Yeah.
Okay, but I don't think it should work. It is not working. Still, it is not working. No, no, उससे कवरेज थोड़ा बढ़ता है भाई, उससे कवरेज नहीं बढ़ता है स्टार टेस्ट से. वो मतलब फीचर है, वो उससे कवरेज नहीं बढ़ता है. Okay, so you know why? Because this condition not satisfy. STR is not satisfied. Raul from Canada. So this condition we have to satisfy first. So whatever STR variable we have to populate the value in this one. So it's a dot STR is equal to this condition we have to keep here. We have to save and we have to run this class. Even in this scenario, like this thing is also not necessary. Account insertion is also not necessary. If I will run this one and if I will refresh this one, now it is 100%, right? It is 100%. So now let's say in this scenario, so account is also necessary. So let's take an example of account as well. Okay, so let's take example of account as well. So now we'll check the logs. So it is 821 now. So let me just click, let me just run the test class again. So let me show you how many record is inserting now. How many DML is going on? 21. So it's yeah, this one. So let me just show you how many DMLs is happening now. So it is showing, yeah, out of 150 it is 2. Total it is 2, right? But it should be 1 only, because we are running the test class. If you are running the test class, it should be 1 DML only, because we are doing insert at a time. Then why it is calculating this class as well? So as a real time, let's say I'm doing the like 100 DMLs in the main class. It can be possible, like in complex system, it can be 100 DMLs in the main class. Might we are doing the 80 or 100 or 90, 50 DMLs. So it will be exceed more than 150. Right, it can be there. So then you will get an error message like 151, error message for 151. Okay, so that time how will you resolve the things? So on that scenario, so what we will write here to segregate the governor limit, test dot start test. Test dot start test dot stop test. So start test and stop test. Let me just keep like this here, and let me just show you the result now. It was showing 2. It was showing 2 DMLs is in this line. It is showing 2, right? So let me just run it again, and let me just check how many it is showing now. It is showing 1 now. It's showing 1. Previously it was showing 2. Okay, means we can reset the governor limits now. Make sure if while writing the test class, so don't write test start test at the, like, don't, like, whatever test data you are creating here, account records you are creating here, it should not be comes between the start test and stop test. It should always be like method should be in the between the start test and stop test. Between the start test and stop test, method should be there. Okay, method should be there. So account should not be there. Let's say if I'm writing the account as well. So let me just show you the problem. Let me just show you the problem. If I'm running the test class here, and it will also be 2 now. I mean, that is problem for us, right? So as a best practice, we should be like it's a lesser number of DMLs we should do. So now it will saying 2 DMLs, right, out of 150. But it was showing perfect. It is 1 because we are writing the start test and stop test. Now we are writing the between the start stop, we are writing these methods, right? But now we are including this one also. So now what is happening as a real time, what I'm trying to explain here, if you have this apex class and this test class, you are not writing start stop. So you are calling, you are creating test data here, you are creating test data here. Then if you will call this method in this one, so automatically it will be combined. Let's say it is 100 in the main class, and plus you are doing 100 approximate 100 DMLs in test class as well. It will be 100. So total is, it will combine, total is 200, right? Total is 200. But so now my governor limit is what it is saying, it should not be more than 150, but it is 200. Like, it's a problematic for us to how to overcome this problem to writing a start stop. Make sure whatever method you are calling from the apex class, it should comes between the start stop, and whatever DMLs you are doing in the test class, it should not be comes under the between the start stop. It should be outside the start stop. You can see that the whatever method we are calling, whatever apex class or method we are calling, it is coming to this one, and whatever test data we are creating, it is outside the start stop. Got it or not? Yeah, Rahul and Kumar bhai,
हाँ
समझ में?
ये जो टेस्ट लिख रखा है ना हर बार इसके नीचे टेस्ट रूट स्टार्ट रूट टेस्ट लिखना है ना
Kumar,
No, I got it. I'm just understanding, like in other scenarios, when do I do the start test and stop test?
even I will show you in real time as well from my live environment, from my sandbox. Okay. So similarly, if it doesn't mean that it is only for DMLs only, like I'm telling you only for DMLs only, I'm telling you for your if you are using the SOQLs and all, if you are using these kind of things as well, on that scenario as well, it is like that would be beneficial for you. So let me just write the some of the SOQLs inside this. So let's say I'm writing list of account ECC, let ID from accounts, something like one SOQL I'm doing here. Same way, let's say I'm doing something, some SOQL in this one as well. Now what it is saying now. अच्छा ओ टेस्ट क्लास के अंदर इशू आ रहा है इट्स अ स्टार्ट yeah. Okay, so let me just write the any of the SQLs here, sorry, any SQL here, and let me just save this class and duplicate it. Oh sorry, ECC list. So let's say I'm writing this is account list here, and same way something like this, if I want to, if I'm doing one SQL here, similarly I'm doing one more SQLs here outside this start stop. Okay, something one SQLs I'm doing here. Let me just show you in case of DML, the concept is very same. It is same now. Like there is nothing difference is not there. So let me just click on the new logs and so we'll check the SQL. Where is SQL? Yeah, SQL queries 1. We are doing SO number of SQL out of 100. We are doing 1. Okay, we are doing 1 SQLs. From this SQL, we are like we cannot exceed more than 100. All are the governor limits. Okay, so it is showing 1. It is showing 1, and 1 second. So can see writing here. We are also writing here. Let us just keep this one. This. So okay, yeah, it will be 1 only. Like if we'll keep this one outside this one as well, so this will also be 1 because we are writing. If we'll keep, if we am not writing this one, I already written start stop now. If I will not write this one, then it will be count as 2 SQLs. It is 1 plus this one test class 1 2. If I'll click on the run test, it should display as 2. Total 2, right? 2 SQLs. Why? Because we are not writing any test, start test and stop test. Like whatever SQLs we are doing, it should be outside this start and stop. Like what my intention is saying, what my intention is, what I want to say, main thing is, whatever governor limits error issues you are facing in the while writing the test class, so it can be overcome by start test and stop test. Like we can reset the governor limit inside the, it will reinitialize, it will start from 0. It will not combine your main class governor limit. It will be start from, it will segregate this portion and this portion, total this portion in 2 different sections. 2, it's a different DMLs. It will start from 0. It will start from 0. Okay, so 0 1 2 3. If you'll not write start stop, then it will be combined that time. It will be whatever this one 1, let's say it's 5, then it will 6 7 8 9 10. If you are writing start stop, it will coming 5, let's say 1 2 3 4 5 DMLs. After that it will start not from 6, it will start from 0 0 1 2 3 4 5, something like this. Got it or not?
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, great. So this is the like start stop. So now second thing here is like second thing here is like you should be aware about the system.assert equal. System.assert equal. Assert equals, assert not equals. So it's an expected one and actual one. Expected means it always tell you as a best practice we should use in a test class. Then that time we'll get to know whether we are getting the same value or not. We are saying ACC name should not be blank. Let's say means any as of now, right now we don't have anything here. So I can say ACC list record should be there. ACC list should not be null, like not equal to null. I can say it's not equal to null means not equal to comma null. So this is my not equal. If I will write the equal, so let me just run this one now. I think it will not be failed, but yes, it should not be failed now. It is not failed. In case if I'm writing equal, definitely it will be failed, because if I'm writing ACC list equal to null, is it null now? No, it is not. Definitely it will return some records. So let me just check whether we have records or not. Yeah, we have record 13 records we have. Then why it is null? Definitely it will break now. It is not null, right? And we are saying it is null. So let's go. It is breaking. Why it is not showing here again? Okay, so it is breaking here. Okay, so assert equal. So what it is saying, assertion failed, expected account is this, but actually is null. Okay, you are saying null, but there is some value, like it should not be null. Okay, it is expected value, means whatever value we are getting, it's expected value. So apart from this, what we are going to do here, so we are going to write @test setup test setup. Inside this we'll write static void test setup, something like this. We can some method name only. So let's say whatever account contact records you test data you are creating here, so don't need to create here. So directly you can paste in this test setup and you can call this one. You can consider this one as a global method. Automatically this method will be called. You don't need to call this method inside this. Okay, so whatever methods you are creating here, test setup method you are creating here, then it will be called, this method will be called automatically in every method. So why we are using this one? Why can't we directly write the things inside this? We can write. So ACC list is not there, no? So we can keep here. Okay, so like why we are using that thing here? So let's say I have multiple methods here. Let's say not even one method, I have multiple methods, and this account record is required in every method. So then if I will not use this one, so what I need to do here, I will copy paste this thing like this, if account is required in every method. Now my line of code is 69 line. Okay, but instead of writing the 69 lines, so if I will keep this line, inside the test method, where is my test setup? Test setup. Now it shows 69, it is 23 line only. I mean 23 means it will be more methods, but it will we don't need to do the code again and again. We can keep all these things in the one method automatically. Which method need that this code, it will automatically called, otherwise it will not be called. Got it or not? So again, if I'll say it's is parallel is equal to true, is parallel equal to true. Okay, if I'm saying is parallel equal to true, so let me just check. Oh, sorry. Spelling mistake. Yeah. If I'm saying is parallel to, let's say more than one user is working on the class, so that time it will very less chances to go in the queue. So like multiple user can see write the things in the queue. And while if let's say you are writing is parallel equal to true, and after that like inside the class some user is inserting there, so that time it will not work. Some setup or non-setup object is inserting, both object inserting, it will not work. That time we need to remove this thing. Like some user, if you are inserting some user inside the test class, it will not work. Okay, let's say if I'm inserting user equal to new user, and insert you. Something means I'm not writing the mandatory things, just telling you. And I'm just trying to run the class. Let me just try to run the class. And let me just check what error it is showing. It is failed now. It is saying like it is saying data access restriction, like is parallel apex DML's operation are not permitted in this object user. We cannot insert the user if we'll use the this is parallel true, is parallel true. Okay, so test setup we learn, and this asset we learn, and this all these things. So let's say if you are inserting the user parallelly, we are inserting the account record as well in the my main class. So there is some community user and all. So we are saying under this user should have a access of this account. We are writing the test class for this. If you are writing like this, it will tell us to mixed DML operation error, mixed DML error. To overcome this mixed DML error, what we will do here, so we'll write here, first we will insert the user, then after that what we will do here, we'll write the system dot run as system dot run as. So it's a u, and we'll start the things from here, and we'll do the things till here. Now we can save the records. Okay, what it is mean is, so we are inserting the user under this, in the context of this user, we are inserting this account under this like in the context of this user is inserting this account. System admin is not inserting this account. What is the profile for this one? Like every user is not inserting this account will be work only for this user only. It's the context of this one. It's a system.run as you use for that. If you are getting mixed DML operation error in the test class, then you can resolve the issue like this. If you are getting the mixed DML error in the main class, then you will use the @future method. @future method to overcome this issue. So what mixed DML is? So in case if you are inserting the data, setup object plus non-setup object. If we are doing the DMLs on setup object and non-setup object at a time, that time we get this error. What is setup object? Setup, and like what is setup object and non-setup object? Generally, we have account contact opportunity. So these are our setup object. These are my non-setup object, and whatever user profile role is over setup object. Sorry, yeah, I'm telling different like opposite. So let me just show you user. Let me go to user. So now yeah, that is it is setup and non-setup object in Salesforce. So whatever our let's say custom object, standard object, so we have, so that it comes under setup object, non-setup object. Whatever user profile setup objects use to interact with metadata, user profile, yes. So setup object is user profile and all. So non-setup object user comes under the all the objects, account contact opportunity something, and all these custom objects that comes under the setup object, non-setup object, sorry. Okay, so if you are doing both the things at a time, so that time we'll get this error. Got it or not? Tomorrow we are going to learn about like we are going to learn the with sharing, without sharing, and default sharing. So difference between all of them, and we'll try to cover all these things. Okay, so today we discussed about the best practices of all this one, and even we cannot do the, if you want to insert before the user, if you want to insert the profile, so we cannot insert profile, we cannot do any DMLs in the profile. If I'm writing insert p something like this, so I think it won't, we cannot like save the records. Yeah, DML is not currently allowed on the profile. We cannot do the DML on the profile. Okay, if let's say we have some custom metadata, even we also can note the things. So like these kind of things we can do the query SOQLs, and we'll fetch with the where clause name is equal to this profile. But as a best practice, we should not write the SOQLs in the test class as well, because if I'm writing the SOQL and on the behalf of that I'm doing something, and after that we are not, it is not returning any record, like in the database there is nothing is there, definitely it will be failed. But if you are doing the things like this, then it will never be failed, because we are getting the test data. And in case if you are writing here C all data is equal to true, so you know what is C all data true?
Yeah.
You know, right? It will fetch the data from the database. As a best
Yes.
practice, we should not write this one, because while the deployment, so might be this thing is existing in one org, it is not existing in another org, then it might be failed.
But for the reports we use it, right? If we have showing any external reports and all.
C all data true.
Yeah, see, all true. Because I used it like it was using during the reports, showing the reports to the users.
No. Showing the reports and all whatever things you want to, you will need to fetch from the database and then you can do. But we can never ever use this one.
Okay.
Even Salesforce should deprecate this functionality. Actually, there is no use of this one.
No, I created a report. Okay, there were multiple teams. So for each and every team, we had a different filters. So that report needs to be shown based on the user. That report data, like how will you? It was written on the Apex class.
Why are not we are not doing the SOPLs on the reports and all?
Sorry.
Why you are not doing the SOPLs? Why you are not retrieving the SOPLs from? Sorry, why you are not retrieving the reports from SOPL?
Now, how it is a link, right? So when you create a report, it's a link, right? So there are different links for that. Like each user who belongs to that department, he has to see that report. So how do we extract in this SOQL on that part?
Why we
By
have
giving the report ID?
Not report ID, report name.
No, I didn't understand. How do you gonna extract that using a circle?
Can you do SOQLs on reports or not? Tell me this thing. Hello?
Yeah, you speak. I already spoke.